marketing campaigns are a great way to stay and keep in touch. And using a case study, I'll show you how I helped one business use drip marketing for their internal communications. We'll look at how to effectively mix helpful communications with sales campaigns, and how often to keep in touch with information that's helpful and useful. My client's requirement was to send inspiring information delivered every week for 26 weeks to every BNI education coordinator in the region, but automatically. Now, BNI, if you've not come across it, is an international organisation with over 5,000 chapters around the world. Each region is run by an executive director, and a chapter may have on average 30 members, meeting weekly for networking and business referrals. There's James Cruikshank. He's the executive director of BNI East Anglian region. You can see there the structure of a chapter. The director is at the top, the secretary-treasurer, the membership coordinator, and off to the left you can see the education coordinator, who has a particular role to educate the members, giving them useful tips and advice on how to get more business by referrals, how to present information, tips for public speaking, how to develop an elevator pitch, and to understand the giver's gain philosophy. My client, James Cruikshank, currently uses the basic Swift page package, which means he can send 1,000 emails a day. Now that's fine. There's an example of a particular email that he's sent out to all his members in the region. You can see the BNI header. You can see the body of the message with merge fields. You can see links to a YouTube video and links to a PDF file. Now, drip marketing comes with a free product whereby you can send and set up to 3 campaigns with up to 50 contacts per campaign. Now, this was going to be ideal for my client because he's only got 15 education coordinators in the region. So every week for 26 weeks, he's going to send out messages to those coordinators using drip marketing. At the end of 26 weeks, another group of education coordinators take over, and the whole process repeats again. So here are the steps that we're going to go through. Step 1 is to set up dynamic groups in ACT. Step 2, create email templates. Step 3, set up new drip marketing campaigns, launch the drip marketing campaign, and then finally step 5 is to sync contacts. So let's take a look at the steps in turn. There's a screenshot from ACT, and you can see I've got a field called BNI member role with a drop-down list. Now I'm going to set up some rules to automatically drop education coordinators into that particular group. And we do this by setting up dynamic group membership rules. There you can see that the rule is quite clear with a contact field called BNI member role. The operator is equal to education coordinator. If you were to click the preview button, you'd be able to see all the contacts in your database showing in that group. And this is a dynamic rule so that if an education coordinator changes role, then the actual group will be updated automatically. And there you can see a screenshot showing a list of, at the moment there's only 1 coordinator in the lower half of the window, but as you start to populate your database with education coordinators, that group will grow in size automatically. So here's one of the templates that I created. Now don't forget, there are going to be 26 different templates. I used the basic Swift page editor. I added the logo at the top there and then pasted in the body of the message. And I created 26 different messages using this editor. The next thing to do is to set up a drip marketing campaign, and you can see there's an icon that you can click in your ACT database to go to the drip marketing section in SwiftPage. So first of all, I'm going to type in there the name of the campaign, Education Coordinators Campaign. It's going to be using the contact source, ACT, because my client uses ACT. You could equally use Sage CRM or Sales Logics. Now, the campaign type that this is going to be, it's a calendar campaign. In other words, the stages are going to be defined by specific dates. It's going to go out every Saturday morning. So we'll be able to put in the set days there. So it's a calendar campaign as opposed to an anchor campaign or a duration campaign. The next step then is to add the different weeks, and you can see there the weeks are showing, and it's going to go out at the set same time every week. You would click the email button over on the left hand side to add each stage, and of course I had to do that 26 times, but you can see there that's one of the stages. Week 1, the subject. It's important that you add a useful subject in the subject line so the recipients of those messages are going to know what the message is all about. Because these education coordinators are expecting tips each week, I kept mine very simple, and I just changed week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. for 26 weeks. You've got the date in there, the time in there. Lower down in the window, it's whether you're going to send it to all contacts in your drip marketing list, and of course that's what I want to do on this occasion. You can make it a bit more sophisticated on other campaigns and just perhaps only send the next stage to those people who've opened the first stage. There's all sorts of possibilities, but this is a very simple, straightforward campaign, and it's going out to all members. So as soon as you've actually created the campaign with all different stages, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to launch it. And you can see on the left hand side, those are all the key codes there. You can see the yellow circle showing that this campaign has been launched, but there's no contacts on it yet. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some contacts to this campaign, and if we were to look at this window again, you'd see the green circle next time. But we'll go back now into our ACT database, and you can access this screen by clicking the ACT marketing button on the toolbar, and it's the 4th tab across the top which says drip marketing. You can see the campaign I'm interested in is the Education Coordinators campaign. It hasn't got any contacts associated with it yet, so what we need to do is click the Sync Contacts button. You're then prompted to choose the group, and if you remember earlier on, I added a group called Education Coordinators. Then we'll click the Next button, and as you can see there, 21 new contacts have been added to this group. So I'm now just going to click Finish Sync, and now the campaign has been launched and the contacts have been added to the campaign. And really, that's the whole process, the 5 steps through. And drip marketing campaigns can be very complicated, very sophisticated. You can add people to campaigns direct from websites. So many possibilities, but I just wanted to show you a very simple, straightforward campaign going out to a small group of contacts, regular information every week for 26 weeks. And by the way, if you ever needed to take people out of a campaign, you could literally click the Sync Contacts button, and when you go to the next step, if you've removed somebody from a group, it will show up in the lower half of the window to say that they've actually been taken out of the campaign and are no longer in the campaign. So that number 21 would drop down to 20 or 19, depending how many people you'd removed. So the sky's the limit. And the other thing I was just going to show you was a campaign that I set up in the summer when I climbed 3 of the tallest mountains in the UK, 3 Peaks Challenge, in 24 hours. And I raised over £1,700 for a local charity, and I used drip marketing to help raise that money for me. There you can see me at the top of the Welsh mountain, Snowdon, and this Just Giving page is a charity page which enables you to receive donations from anyone. And basically, prior to my charity event, Climbing the Mountains, I set up an anchor campaign which went out a couple of months before, 1 month before, 1 week before, and I just raised so much money for a local mental health charity. And I know it was down to using my drip marketing campaigns, so they really do work for you. I'd like to also talk to you about another one of my clients that sells estimating software for the construction industry. And what they do, they have forms on their website, and when people fill out a form expressing an interest in a particular product they sell, then they get entered into a prospect campaign, and they receive several emails over a period of 3 weeks. The first email is straight away, and thank you for your inquiry. Then they get an email discussing, showing them the range of products they sell. Then a specific email about trade offers. And finally, this then leads to a survey email where they're offered a free gift if they complete the survey. This same company also has a drip marketing campaign when an order is placed. So they've got software which is suitable for the construction industry. So when somebody like a plumber buys the software, they get added then to a customer campaign. So first of all, thanks very much, the first email, thanks for your order, here are your login details. The second email a week later is an introduction to support staff and who's going to help. The third email goes out cross-selling other products in the range. Then they get another email with hints and tips, and finally contacts or customers from that campaign get added to a regular newsletter campaign that goes out once a month. So that gives you an idea of all the different things, all the different ways you can use drip marketing, from the simple to the more complicated. Now, the question that often people will ask is, how often do you send? If it's too often, people will unsubscribe. Too infrequently, people will forget who you are. So it really depends on the content you're sending, whether it's promoting goods, updating clients, but it should really be useful information. Keep asking your question, what's in it for them? Why would they want to receive this? I tend to like sending out things at least once a month, but you do have to know your own audience, your own customers. And it's all about keeping on adding value. Turn those customers into raving fans with those regular communications that your customers really look forward to receiving. So that's all from me. Happy drip marketing.